According to Legal Dictionary, insurance is contract or agreement whereby, for specified consideration, one party undertakes to compensate the other for a loss relating to a particular subject as a result of the occurrence of designated hazards. In an insurance contract, one party, the insured, pays a specified amount called a premium, to another party, the insurer. The insurer, in turn, agrees to compensate the insured for specific future losses. The losses covered are listed in the contract, and the contract is called a policy.
Have you tried and failed to negotiate with insurance companies in the past? Negotiating the terms of your insurance contracts is one of the most challenging aspects of running a medical practice. In many cases, giant insurance conglomerates have the upper hand when it comes to negotiations. You need them more than they need you. But don't despair. It's still possible to negotiate your insurance contract and find common ground, no matter how powerful or intimidating the insurance company may be. First, approach the negotiations with a positive attitude. Fluctuations in the market affect insurance companies in cycles. Sometimes, unforeseen forces will help you achieve your negotiation goals, even if they appear to be impossible at first. Next, communicate specific contract goals with your insurance company. Which areas of your contract do you want to address? What is the specific outcome you'd like to achieve, and the minimum you'd be willing to accept? The most typical points for negotiation include fee schedules, termination provisions, multiple procedure discounts, and amended claim schedules. Finally, don't enter negotiations with an all-or-nothing attitude. Remember that because you are in private practice and the insurance company is likely a large corporation, they have the upper hand. Go for what you want, but always be willing to negotiate and compromise.
Who is wrong? Insurance company or save money to insure yourself? Comment your answer below.
To point out something that might affect you if you're looking for jobs, if you're looking to be hired by translation agencies, and also because stuff like this occurs every now and then, so I wanted to bring it up and just show you how I deal with it. And basically what happened was I came across this article. It says federal court tosses lawsuit over forced company sale. And as far as I can understand, what happened is there's this company called TransPerfect Global, which is it was set up by this guy Philip Shaw and his former fiancee Elizabeth Elting. And what happened was they had a fight. You can see it says former fiancee, which means that they are not together anymore. And this probably, they had personal problems, which probably kind of came to be reflected in the business itself. So, I mean, the article here is just saying they tried to appeal, or I guess to dismiss the lawsuit. Or sorry, they had a lawsuit challenging the judge's decision, and that lawsuit was dismissed by the federal court. In essence, upholding the judge's decision before because their relationship had become dysfunctional. Again, why do you care, right? This is semi-interesting because it's the translation world, but why should we care in our day-to-day lives? Well, because this might be a company that we might have to do with in the future or might try to hire us. It might still be in business, this company. And so we should just kind of keep it on our radar. What I like to do in these situations is go to the Blue Board of pros. The Blue Board is where they keep track of the job outsourcers, basically the translation agencies, the people that hire translators. This is where they keep track of them. And so if we insert the name, TransPerfect, there we go. We get a couple examples. I'm going to go with this one because it has 151 entries and it seems to be the biggest one. So, if we click on here, then we can see I had an average of 3.9, which isn't that bad. Remember, it's out of 5 though, so it's not all that good either. And here we can just look at the entries they have. Now the top pinned entry, remember, is pinned by the company, so I mean, don't put too much stock in that. But here we see the other ones, and we see 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. We see 1, 5, otherwise 2, 1, another 5, 3, 2, 5, 5, 5, and there are more 5s, but still, lately they've been having quite a few issues, it seems. Most of these things, if they don't have a 5, they should have a reason for not having it. And if you compare it to any other company, you'll see that most of them tend to have 5s. See, even here with a 4, he says, steady provider, good PMs, only hitches very bureaucratic payment system, simply not worth doing small jobs for them. So already there's something wrong with that. Every now and then you'll get a 1 or 2 because someone's just mad. Look, it's like Yelp or anything like that, right? But usually it should center around, on the high end. People, if they're going to give a score, they usually like to give it on the high end. And if they have a problem, they'll tell them personally. And that's how people usually deal with it. So these are a bunch of red flags. I don't know if this has anything to do with what's going on in the article, but usually when I see an article about a company having problems, I like to search for it and then, see what's going on with the company itself on the Blue Board. And here, let me give another example of a company I had problems with in the past. And it's this one, Intertrado. And you can see their average LWA is very low here. Very few entries. I'm pretty sure they're out of business, and I'm hoping that fact is reflected here. Yeah, outsourcer has been banned from posting jobs on pros.com because they've just been, completely crap. And in fact, someone unfortunately relatively recently did something for them. I wrote a bad review for them because I had problems with them. And since then, yeah, she had someone write a very good review, but I don't know. I don't know who that was. Anyway, she was a crook. And so a lot of these things will be reflected. Anytime you deal with any company, actually, it's a good idea to look them up on this Blue Board, and it'll give you a good idea of what you're dealing with. Unfortunately, this person right here, if she had looked up this company ahead of time, she would have seen all these negative ratings, which, hopefully should have helped her. She carried out 3 translations and didn't get paid, so, that's not nothing. Anyway, long story short, whenever you come across the name of a company, whether it's in the news or anywhere else, just a reminder to look them up on the Blue Board and, to get a better idea about that company and whether you should be working for them or not and what problems there might be. So I hope you found this useful. If you do, please don't forget to click like.